Hi and welcome back to Getting to Know God. We are using the Children's Bible 365 stories from the Bible adapted into this Children's Bible so that we can get to know God a little bit more and we can analyse and think about what God is trying to tell us from each of these stories. Today is day 24 and we are going to be looking at Jacob's bargain, and this can be found in Genesis 25. For many years after they were married, Isaac and Rebekah had no children. Isaac knew all about God's promise to bless his family and to make a great nation from them, so he asked God to send them a child. Soon Rebekah found that she was expecting not one baby, but two. At that time, eldest son inherited all the family rights and privileges. But before the babies were born, God told Rebekah that this time the younger one was to become the head of the family. Through him, God's promises of Abraham would come true. Twin boys were born. First Esau, then Jacob, younger by a few minutes and holding tightly onto his brother's heel. The boys grew. Rebekah loved Jacob best. He liked to stay in the tent while Esau was out in the open air, stalking and hunting the wild deer. Isaac loved Esau best and liked nothing better than the delicious venison stew Esau cooked from the deer he caught. One day, Esau arrived home ravenously hungry. An appetizing smell filled the tent, for Jacob was cooking soup. "Give me some soup," Esau shouted. "I'm starving." Jacob thought quickly. Here was his chance he'd been waiting for. He would bargain with Esau for the thing he wanted most. "I'll give you some soup," he agreed, "if you give me the rights that belong to the firstborn son." "All right," Esau said impatiently. "Anything you want. I'm sure I'll die of hunger anyway if I don't get something to eat. So what do I care?" "Promise me," Jacob insisted. Yes, Esau repeated. And Jacob handed him a steaming soup. Esau drank it hungrily and then turned and left the tent without another thought. That was how much he cared about God's promise. What do you think about that? So, my thoughts are that it sounds like Esau knew the story too. Because Jacob knew the story. Or did they not know the story of Rebekah's encounter with God? It's something to think about whether Esau knew that Jacob was going to inherit or have in some way his birthright. And all for a bowl of soup. It's really interesting to think whether I have done things for the speed of food, of a drink, of water, of using the toilet, or, when you're desperate, when you're very hungry, when you're very tired, when you're very thirsty, when you're desperate to use the toilet, do you just throw your words out there and agree to promises that have far-reaching consequences? Have you ever done that? I can't say I have. Not to detrimental effect. But our words are very powerful, and our promises and our agreements are very powerful. If we don't think about them, then we often put ourselves in trouble. Hold on to your words, hold on to your promises, hold on to what you agree to, because it's important that you can honour the things that you agree to or things that you promise. Otherwise, you become known as a liar, as a cheat, as somebody who will say something and never deliver. God wants us to be honourable. God wants us to honour our words.